Are you just about to pack your things and get ready for your summer holidays, wondering what might be a good poolside book to read during that time? Well, don't look any further. I have the perfect little book for you. It's a beautiful little story set at the Italian Amalfi Coast, and it's very quirky, it's romantic, there's some fantasy elements to it, there's some mystery to it, and it's an absolute delight to read. And with the book being only 180 pages long, it's a very quick read, it's a short read, it's something you can do with 2 or 3 tanning sessions at the pool while sipping a margarita. It's absolutely perfect. So the book I want to introduce to you today is The Gentleman from Peru by André Aciman. Not sure if I pronounced that name correctly, I hope so. Even looking at the book cover, it's absolutely beautiful. It already has that summery vibe, that holiday vibe. You see the Italian coastside here, and it's really an absolute delight to read. Now, André Aciman has definitely reached mainstream fame with his coming-of-age novel Call Me By Your Name, which I have not read yet. I also have not seen the movie. I heard there's a movie about it, so maybe that's something I could do next, seeing how much I like this story. But this story, The Gentleman from Peru, I don't think it's very popular. I believe it's first only been out as an audiobook, and now since this year, this version now came out as a hardbook cover. So when I got my hands on it, I was absolutely delighted to read this within a few days during my holidays. And I hope you get the same joy from it as I did. Now, what is the story about The Gentleman from Peru? As I mentioned, it is set at the Italian Amalfi Coast. It's about a group of college friends that are stranded at a small seaside hotel because their boat is being repaired for some reason. And they are staying in this hotel for a while, and there's this older stranger, an older gentleman that they keep seeing. He has a very fixed routine, always at the same time at breakfast, always going about the same way about his routine every day. Until one day he suddenly starts interacting with them. And at the beginning it's all very innocent, it's all very, just seems to be a lone stranger, possibly retired, that just wants to get to know some people and have some social interaction. But then things start to take a little bit of a twist when he starts knowing or guessing. We are not really sure at the beginning, but he starts knowing and guessing a lot about each of those group of friends of their life, and he seems to be able to know almost everything about them. And they kind of, sign it off as being some sort of trick and don't give it too much of thought. So in the beginning, it's all very, although weird and a little bit mysterious, but it's all very innocent, and nobody thinks anything bad. But then over time, he slowly starts to get, apparently by accident, he slowly starts to get closer to one of those friends within the group, and they start to build a connection that hardly seems like it should be possible to build that connection over such a short period of time. And then we slowly uncover and discover the multiple mysteries of this gentleman from Peru. What I also really love about The Gentleman from Peru is its setting, and that's kind of why I decided to recommend this as a summer holiday reading. It's just, the setting is so beautiful at this little coastside hotel, the village surrounding it. There's long walks at the beach, swimming in the sea. There's long dinners with a nice glass of wine in the hotel, and it just makes you feel very cozy. It makes you feel like you're on holidays already as soon as you open up this book. It's just the atmosphere that comes with it is very much enchanting. And then when you add on top that little bit of element of surprise and mystery that you get from the part of the book that is actually fantasy, then it just builds this very unique little experience that I found absolutely enjoyable. Now, in terms of characters and character development, this is not really a book, you know, with a lot of people, with a lot of going deep into each character's history and their personality. It's basically the group of friends. There's the gentleman from Peru, and we do go deeper into his feelings, into his past, into his storyline, and one of those friends as well, because those are the two main characters. But if you look at the other characters, the other people in the group, they're basically just a bunch of names being dropped in one or two sentences, and then you never really hear about them after that, which is fine. It's a short read. It's only about those two and about their connection. That's all you really need to have in this little book here. But if you're looking for a story with complex characters and tons of different personalities, this might not be the one for you. Although this is a very light read, there are some themes and motives that go a lot deeper than just a light little romance fantasy book. There's a lot said in this book also about regrets, about pain, about how to make the best use of the little time that we are given on this earth, and be, you know, come to terms with the choices that you made in your life, and also come to terms with the realization that there are certain things where we simply don't have any impact over it, and then how do you deal with what has been decided for you, what you not have had any power to make any decision over how things happened yourself. It does get you thinking, this book as well, although most of it is not like that, but there are certain parts within it that do make me feel a little bit nostalgic and make me feel and think about my own choices that I have made so far. So that's a nice little side effect, I would say. It's always great to question yourself a little bit and challenge yourself a little bit. Now, I'm not really able to compare this book to any of André Aciman's other works. I have not read, as far as I know, any of his other works, but I really very much enjoyed the simple writing style that he is using. It's clear, it's to the point, it's witty, very exciting, and he brings over all the emotions with very few use of words and with very short sentences, which I find great. And what I always love to do is look at the first sentence of a book before I purchase a new book. And for me, this book starts off absolutely great. So the first sentence in The Gentleman from Peru is, "Perhaps this might help," said the stranger. So this already catches my attention, and it's a great way to start off the story. It throws you right into the action. There's no long, description about how the restaurant looks, how the hotel looks. It's just given within the dialogue. It's very little describing. It's a lot more telling in this book, which I absolutely love. So for me, looking back at this book, I rated it as a 4 stars. So for me, that's an amazing book. I really enjoyed reading this book. I love authors that are able to bring a complete and full story that you don't think would need to be any longer, that they are able to bring such a nice and wonderful story to page in below 200 pages. And if you look at the pages in this book, actually, they don't take up a lot of space. So there's still a lot of space left, and he's still able to tell such an enchanting and wonderful story in only a few words, which I found amazing. So if you're looking for a read this summer, do consider The Gentleman from Peru. I absolutely loved it. Let me know what you thought of it, or if there are any other books that you might suggest to me or the community to read this summer. If you stayed so far on, please do give this video a like and follow the channel. I'm currently doing a challenge, or started doing a challenge, where I read all the books from the Rory Gilmore reading challenge, which are 339 books. I'm reading book 3 right now at the moment, which is The Wizard of Oz. So that video is going to be out next week. And yeah, see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.